Unfortunately, it seems as though Al Reynolds, Claudia Jordan, and Armon Wiggins have not been able to come to an agreement. So last night it was announced that TGIF will not return from its hiatus. I'm going to share the screen and read Claudia Jordan's statement first because this was a show that she presented to Fox Soul and she has been the face. Okay. So she said, unfortunately, TGIF will not be returning to Fox Soul after our hiatus. 2019 to 2024, what a run. Soulmates, I love you, and you already know I'll never stop pushing to give you more shows in the future. Now, this is interesting because Claudia just sat down with Carlos King and did, I want to say, about an hour interview or so. I did sit and watch it all the way through, and the reason why I did not jump to do commentary right away is because I wanted to see how this was going to pan. Is the show going to come back or not? Because she claimed if the show was not coming back, she then would be able to come out and say what she needed to say. And she reiterated that yesterday because people were in her comment section basically, saying, well, I hope you and Al can work it out. And she made it very clear out her own mouth that she would never speak to Al again or deal with Al again after what he did to a show that she considers to be her baby. But what I also find to be very interesting is that word on the curb is that was allegedly initially an idea of Nene Leakes. And now that I remember, isn't that why Funky Dineva would open up the show and do that gesture with his hand, and it would just be like a joke that all of us who watched Fox Soul and understood the previous origins of us watching that show? Because remember when Nene Leakes was supposedly coming out with a show and she was going to be doing it with men of the community, and people really jumped on her and said, for you to be Nene Leakes, this is how you presenting it. And then I just didn't hear anything about it. And then next, Claudia popped up with because I think she used to have Gary with the T and someone else, and then the rest was history. So I did not want to jump to talk about the interview, because for me it was just like, I want to see where things are going to pan and where things are going to land. Now this is what I will say. Armon Wiggins also had a lot to say, and he's actively on Twitter as we speak talking about this. So let's get into this. First and foremost, his first statement was, I regret to inform you that TGIF will not be returning from its hiatus. I deeply appreciate the opportunity we had to create and share the show. Thank you to all the fans and soulmates for your unwavering support. Okay. He then came back and said, I have really tried to turn a new leaf, but honestly, Al got what he wanted. I wasn't lying when I said he was trying to get the show canceled and me fired. And he said, y'all know I'm going to give you the tea. So this was last night. Now, these are the things that he started saying today. Okay. First, it was, honestly, I want to tell my side, but something tells me in my spirit is just going to backfire and be used against me. Many people have their minds made up, so I may just leave it at that. Believe what you want. He then puts a caption, I've been here before, attempted to tell my truth, and everyone turned on me. So y'all win for now. He then goes on to say, every time something like this happens and I come with facts and receipts, somehow it ends up like Armon is too emotional and burns bridges. So yeah, y'all can have it. Won't get me again. He continues with, all I can do is laugh, because if it were just us or me, why he get fired too? Ain't he the victim? Y'all talking about how professional this man is. I guess he's referring to Al, and how me and Claudia were messy and unprofessional, but he don't have a job either. So what that mean? Yeah, you MFers are dumb. I'm over it. Okay. So that's what he was tweeting. He also said that one thing that T.S. Madison told him years ago was don't ever let your personal YouTube channel go for any gig, talk show, TV, movie, nothing. I'm glad I listened. I can never be fired. I'm good. Something else that came across my desk that was interesting, that represented Armon's views, and I think this is from yesterday, was this video.
A lot of people have been talking. Claudia did an interview. Al has been having other people do the talking for him. So it looks like he's not really engaging, but he is. But I'm going to do the talking for myself. And I'll take my responsibility. I did do a roast. So that added to it. But that was not what ultimately ended the show. Because again, if the show was able, if I was able, little old me was able to end a network for a roast, why wouldn't they just get rid of me? Why was the Lunel interview removed? I didn't do anything on that. Two videos got removed. Lunel and the roast. And I'll just leave you with this one thing. And I'm going to talk about it in its entirety. But I had one job. And my job was to wake that shit up. And when I woke that motherfucker up, bitches wasn't happy. So what did you want me to do? They was complaining, Armon, you need to wake it up. You need to do something. We need to go viral. We need viral moments. This is why we brought you. We want viral. We need to get on the blogs. So, what the fuck? What the fuck? So, bitch, what do you want? What did you want? What the fuck? Like, bitch, what do you want? Like, girl, don't, like, bitch, what? But anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. But we're gonna get into some things.
And that was pretty much it. So this is my thoughts on this. Okay, now that y'all have seen everything that everyone had to say, Al Reynolds has yet to put out an official statement. I think he's actually in Greece right now. First and foremost, I was sitting here doing the math on my thing. I was sitting here doing the math. Okay, number one, okay. What I'm not understanding is that after taxes, if you're making $250K a year, that brings you down to $183,000 a year. You divide that by 12, you're taking home $15,250 a month. I remember Funky Dineva talked about, like, paying the liaison, the person that got you the deal. The point is, you're taking home more money in a month for less work in a month than the average American and citizen does. The average American does not even have $300 lying around in case of an emergency. The average American in 2024 lives below the poverty line. Claudia spilled all that tea. She said y'all was making $1,000 an hour, $5,000 a week. Even once you take the taxes and everything away, you are still making more money than the average person for doing way less than the average person. Unless there was some extreme, hazardous workplace fuckery going on, mental, emotional, physical, spiritual type of abuse, sexual, whatever it is, you will never be able to convince me. And this is for all of them, Funky, Al, Claudia, and Armon, that this needed to happen. in my personal opinion, this happened because a lot of these people just be very ego-centered and very entitled. If you are 35 and up and you can allow some he say, she say, who shot John to fuck you out of one of the easiest bags that I've ever seen be accumulated by everyday people, because wealthy people make money in their sleep all the time. Hell, rich people make money in their sleep. You have people that are on their way to being rich and wealthy that's making money in their sleep. But 1 hour a day, all you have to do is open up your laptop and just start talking for 1 hour, and y'all do commercials. So let's just say maybe it's about 50 minutes or so. I don't know. Y'all not even in the same studio with one another, and it's 1 hour. You have people that punch 8 hours a day for $15 an hour, 5 days a week, with people that they can't stand, depressed, anxiety. They're crying in their car before they go in, and all y'all had to do was sit in the comfort of your home, lift your laptop, and talk about some bullshit for the next 60 minutes, and then take your $1,000 and go. And to allow some he say, she say at y'all big ages to fuck y'all out of the bag, that just speaks to all of y'all. That just speaks to all of y'all. And here's the thing. You can't put a price on someone's peace of mind. You can't. You can't put a price on someone's peace of mind. At the end of the day, though, that's just ridiculous. The fact that there's the disposable income that's going out and people, y'all just letting it fall by the wayside. I mean, congratulations, because clearly Al, Funky, Claudia, and Armon are doing independently well for themselves. In this economy, you're going to let easy money, $5,000 of easy money, just go over some he say, she say. You got cars in this garage and all of that. Who gives a shit? If you're able to have your bills on auto pay in this fucking economy and take fucking vacations and be able to stay on top of your self-care and look good and eat what you want, why would you allow maybe somebody having one more car than you or one extra story in their house to fuck you? This is what I be talking about when I say a lot of people are just mindless puppet robots. Because nobody in their right frame of mind, unless there was some crazy, hazardous workplace bullshit going on to where it's like, no, I'm choosing my peace of mind, then never mind what I said. But going off of what everyone has said, it comes down to childish he said, she said, who shot John bullshit. That shit is just like beyond crazy to me. And this is why I get irritated, because for me as a content creator, I don't come on here every day and go live for several hours, pop my Cash App up and panhandle and beg y'all to send me money. My content is worth fucking millions. I drop gems upon gems upon gems, and all I ask is hit the thumbs up, leave an emoji so it can do what it needs to do in the algorithm so that more people can find this channel, so that my videos could generate more money, hopefully, or whatever, the right person sees it, and the rest is history. In addition to that, I have a spiritual advising program in which many of you have booked sessions with me and got services and gave rave reviews. I don't come on here and beg for money, none of that. And I struggle. I am struggling financially. I'm in a good place mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, but I'm struggling because I don't have consistent income. Job market is trash. Nobody wants to hire within my expertise, which is childcare provision, because I'm way too qualified, and they know that I'm not trying to stay there. So nobody pulls my resume. Well, they pull it, but they don't call me. I'm sure they see my resume. It's crazy. It's really crazy out here for a lot of us. So for y'all to just let that money go, shit, on some real shit, no sarcasm, congratulations. To see black people Y'all must be doing really well if y'all was able to let $15,250 after taxes a month for 5.5 to 6 hours a week of work go over he say, she say, who shot John bullshit. And I will just say this when it comes to Armon. Unfortunately, perception is reality. And the perception is going to look as if you came up in there and fucked shit up. Now, granted, obviously there was some things going on before you walked in there, but you allowed yourself to get pulled into it. The fact that y'all don't even have to be in the same space, all you had to do was lift your laptop, close your laptop. Oh, it's 8 p.m., lift your laptop. Oh, it's 9 p.m., close your laptop. You didn't have to get in that mess. And see, even when Claudia sat down with Carlos King, she said, like, I'm petty, I'm this. That's why I don't even go and look at it, because then I'm going to respond. So you admit, and my Mean Girls, Regina George voice meme. So you admit, despite you having 50 something laps around the sun, you still haven't gotten good with your impulse control and your emotional intelligence. This is what I mean when I say the priorities of the Black community are fucked up, because everybody got to say what they have to say. But when it's time to get shit done, y'all couldn't even get it done. I said from day one, when it came to Al Reynolds, Funky, and Claudia, they can take the Breakfast Club out of here, because the difference between Claudia and Angela is Claudia, yeah, she do a little ass kissing and boot licking, but she still will push past the envelope and say, not so much what needs to be said, because depending on her relationship with said celebrity, we see her, take a different approach. But for the most part, 50-50. I'll give her a 50-50 crapshoot. She'll say what needs to be said. The other time, it's like, okay, she cool with that person. That's probably why she ain't say it. So the potential was there. But I understand from like a Funky point, and Claudia actually spilled the tea with that and said that Funky left with an expectation that Foxhole was going to come and chase him. And I do believe that, because it started off so good. He departed very well. Then all of a sudden it was, these people want me to send their funky ass equipment back. Then the next thing was you getting on your live and saying what you needed to say. That's why I'm saying, in this economy, no matter how much money you making, you cannot tell me that to just sit in my goddamn house and lift my goddamn computer up. They send you all the equipment and get $1,000 at the end of that fucking hour. You come on now. So it's one or two things. Either you're doing that good to allow your ego to do that bad, or you're doing that bad because your ego is that bad. It's one or the other. So it just is what it is, man. It is what it is. The show is canceled. I personally stopped watching after Funky Dineva left. And when it comes to Al Reynolds, I will say this. I believe what Armon and Claudia is saying about Al Reynolds. Al Reynolds is a Gemini, and just looking at him and his energy, yeah, it's a no for me. But what I will say is this: if you observe that someone doesn't mean you any harm, but you still have to be around them, I would say the best thing to do is to ignore them. Because the minute you engage in that energy and you send out a signal that, okay, I'm willing, I'm engaging, then that energy is going to continue to come and find you, because you have left yourself receptive to it. And I think that's where they all went wrong. Like, if y'all really felt like Al was making things uncomfortable and so on and so forth, y'all really should have just ignored him. Y'all are not even in the building with each other. Like, it just don't make no sense to me. It don't make no sense. But Claudia says she's gonna come out and really talk about what really happened. So maybe that will further contextualize this. But it's just like $15,000, $50,250 a month for 25 hours worth of work, 25 to 30 hours worth of work in this economy. That's a bad look on all of y'all. Y'all couldn't hold that together. And somebody made a good point. The View, they fight, they'll really get into it and have some days. But look how long The View's been on air. That's why I'm saying the mentality of these my generation, the generations beneath me, the generations right above me, it's real different. It's just real different. It's real different, but whatever. Y'all have a good day. Oh yeah, happy July. Well, I don't even know if y'all celebrate. I ain't even treating this shit as a holiday. But y'all be safe. For those of y'all that's going out doing the cookouts, and Massachusetts got this crazy thing going on where they closed all the beaches. I'm like, I know those people sitting on Martha's Vineyard are pissed. But yeah, they closed all the beaches and whatnot in Massachusetts. So I'm like, damn, that's fucked up. But that's because there's bacteria in the water. But yeah, child. Yeah, that's y'all have a good day. Y'all be safe. And I love y'all very much. Bye.